What's up, bro? What's up, Papa?
I'm not the only one. Yes.
What's up, everybody? Noah B.E. Church here once more. I'm here with my good friend Gabe Deem. He's, much like myself, a porn addiction and recovery activist. He shares videos, he shares his own story. I mean, this guy, he was one of the pioneers, really the first people to put his face out there on the internet and say, this is what happened to me, I'm trying to help other people, and I don't give a damn about what you think. And I'm so glad to finally meet you.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird after seeing your face so many times on the computer.
It's not pixels. It's not pixels. Real face-to-face interaction.
That was a super stimulus, and now I can just see Gabe. You really inspired me, man, when I was first starting. You were one of the people who I was really looking up to. So,
well, thank you for that. I think it's courageous for yourself putting your story out there too, and I hope and encourage anyone else out there that's listening to do the same thing to help us raise awareness. And I'm happy to be here raising awareness with you. It's awesome.
We're in sunny, beautiful Los Angeles. We just met each other for the first time today in real life.
Pretty sweet stuff.
Like Gabe said, here to raise awareness about rebooting, porn addiction. And today, we decided it would be a good idea if we did a couple of videos. So on my channel, I'm going to ask Gabe a few insightful questions, and we're going to discuss that. And then on his channel, he's going to ask me some questions. So you find a link to that at the end of the video. His channel is Reboot Nation, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, without further ado, first question. So first thing I wanted to ask you was, you've seen a lot of guys try to quit porn. A lot of guys try to recover.
Yeah.
And you've seen a lot of them succeed and a lot of them probably struggle for years. And what would you say are the top 2 or 3 predictors of a person who is going to succeed?
I think one of the biggest things of a successful rebooter is someone that takes the time to read all the available information out there. A lot of the guys that stay around the recovery forums, like myself and you, and all the other veterans in the reboot community and the guys that are regulars, they tend to all have the one thing in common where they took the time to read the information on yourbrainonporn.com and all the great articles that Gary's put together in Marnia, and also watch some videos from us or other educational videos out there on the topic. That's definitely one thing that I see in common. Another one is they spend a lot of time around real people. So they're not just sitting at home twiddling their thumbs or substituting a porn addiction for a video game addiction and still isolating themselves. So I think the guys that get out in the real world and spend time with real people, interacting with others and building interpersonal relationships that aren't just online, that seems to be a very beneficial thing.
Yeah, it's like an alcoholic trying to quit alcohol while just hanging out at the bar all the
time. Yeah,
time.
exactly. It's you need to change your environment, and that's another thing I would say. I guess leads it into number 3, guys that change their environment, and or that kind of echoes number 2. Get outside, get in the house. One thing that I did was changed my furniture around my house and changed up my whole room, and I, instead of sitting on my laptop at home, I would take it to the library or like Starbucks or something and getting out of the house. So yeah, and I guess number 4, I'll say...
keep going, just keep going.
Yeah, just keep on going. Number 4, I would say, is finding a really good replacement activity. Education, yes, is great, but something that's physical, whether that be taking up a sport or maybe dance classes or maybe going back to school, something that takes up a lot of your schedule, I think that's another good predictor for a successful reboot.
Yeah, and I would say more than just one activity. Like exercise is always a good one. Because we've seen in studies that exercise, people who do it regularly, can treat their depression just through exercise.
For sure. What were some of your favorite things to do?
Well, anything that I was passionate about, because if I was doing something I was passionate about and it made me proud of myself, then I wasn't thinking about porn. I was thinking, yeah, I did a good job today. I can go to sleep and not worry about anything and wake up the next day and do it all again. Yeah. So for me, that was actually helping other people through the same journey. And I wrote the book for the first 5 months of my reboot. And that is something that I could structure my day around, and I felt like I was doing something important and that had a lot of purpose to it.
It helps to help others. Helping others helps yourself, and if I could say anything to a rebooter, get on the forums and give advice to others. Share your experience, share your story, because that will give you a purpose and a passion, and it'll help you kind of want to be a part of the team and encourage others to do better, and that in turn will help you stay motivated.
Yeah, I'll add that sharing not only online helped me, but also in real life.
Yeah,
with my friends and my family, my partners, and it allowed me to break down this wall I had built around myself, because I never shared my experiences with impotence, with PIED, with anybody. So I had a lot of shame built up around that. Once I was able to break down those barriers and just let it all go, once I was able to break down those barriers, I felt freed. Felt a lot lighter.
Definitely, I like it.
All right, next question. So, when you were in the active recovery part of your reboot, and it took you about 9 months before you were able to have sex again, right?
Yeah.
When you were in that part of your reboot, you were in a relationship during the entire time.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think would have been different about that experience if you hadn't been? Would it have been harder, or what?
Well, I'm thankful that I was in a relationship going through the reboot, because I think it helped me be a better man. I feel like if I was single when I found out that porn gave me erectile dysfunction, that I would have rebooted for strictly selfish reasons, and I would have just been a man whore after recovery and just slept around with whoever I could sleep around with. And
it finally works again.
Yes, put it to good use. But I think being in a relationship taught me that relationships are about giving 50-50. There's some reciprocity there between both people in the relationship. And it helped me not be so self-centered and narcissistic in the relationship. And maybe in past relationships, I would get the girls to do, I would try and get the girls to do some of the stuff I saw in porn. Maybe not consciously like, ooh, I'm going to try and trick her, but subconsciously I started to desire what I was watching in porn in the bedroom. And I think if I was single going through recovery and finding out how porn warped my sexual tastes, that I wouldn't have had the passion to learn what real intimacy looks like. I would have just got my dick functioning again and then went right back to where I left off. So I think, communicating with a partner, letting her know like what caused the problem, and really noticing through communicating with her how my sexual taste had changed, and hearing back from a partner what they desired and what they wanted, and how it was not in line with what I was into in my porn days. I think it really opened my eyes to how a relationship could function best, and I'm thankful for it. Maybe staying away from porn would have been easier, because there was a lot of pressure on me to test myself.
Really? So you think it would have been easier to stay away from porn if you weren't in a relationship?
I think so. I never myself relapsed back to porn, but there was always that thought to test myself to see if my dick still worked. Because I was trying to sleep with my partner. So I think not having a partner, it might be a little easier to just ride the flat line out and ride the whole rebooting process out and then go start dating, because you don't have the added pressure of a partner like saying what is wrong with you, and especially if you're like me and I was hiding it from my partner. I didn't tell I didn't tell my girlfriend about it until after I started to recover, and so that whole
how far in was this?
That was after 6 months, and then that's when I started to see signs of libido and glimmers of hope.
Damn, so she was just kind of wondering what was up?
Yeah, she had no clue. She, she always asked me, like, what's wrong with you? And you're not the same guy I fell in love with. Because I was, depressed and moody, and I had no drive to do anything. And so the pressure of being in a relationship was definitely added stress to the situation. So it had its pros and cons. But I am thankful that for the whole experience and for having a partner during the process that could help me grow into a better man and to learn a lot of things about relationships that, frankly, I was completely clueless on.
And my experience was pretty much the total opposite. Because I opened up to my partners pretty much as soon as I learned about all this, and I started the reboot. And it was much easier for me to dismiss urges and stuff like that when I was with her, because I had someone to support me and someone that I could be intimate with, and I had an outlet for my sexual energy when it came about. But after we broke up and I became single, it got a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that outlet, and new women that I would meet, we wouldn't have built that trust already.
Yeah.
She wouldn't know about my issues, and I would have to do that process all over again of opening up and telling her what I was going through. So that's interesting.
How was that? How was talking to multiple people about the problem? Did it get easier to do as time went on?
Yes. Yeah, I would say yes.
Did you figure out better ways to word it to a girl that you're with?
Actually, the first time I did it, I think I did it perfectly.
Yeah. How'd you do it?
Well, we were on a run, and I just told her that I needed to tell her something that I discovered about myself, and I think how I opened it was, you know how most guys watch porn and masturbate?
She's like, absolutely.
And she said, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
I was like, okay, well, I've done that too. I grew up doing that. I thought it was normal. And I didn't realize until very recently that it could cause a lot of problems after I saw this TED Talk. And I told her about the TED Talk, which is Gary Wilson's The Great Porn Experiment.
Awesome video.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, go watch it. And I explained what porn-induced erectile dysfunction was, and that I wasn't going to be able to be a sexual partner for her for a while. Because this was our second or third date when I told her.
Early in the game. Early in the game. Laying it all out there. That's good, though.
And
not the first date, huh?
No, I didn't know yet at the first date.
Oh, okay.
That was before I watched the video, I think.
Okay.
But
what question are we even answering right now?
I think we went off on a tangent.
We totally did.
And the battery died. I'm recording now again, but we're trying to remember where we were. I just finished telling the story about how I told her the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we should move on.
Yeah, we'll just edit to the next. We'll edit to the next question.
Yeah. So, obviously, the internet being what it is, no matter how hard we try, we're going to be exposed to pornographic images sometimes, triggers. How do you feel now when you're exposed to something like that?
Well, now I feel really good about it. I don't feel any kind of dopamine surge, if you will, or any kind of body sensation. But I will say, a couple years ago, I was watching a documentary, and part of the documentary had some very abusive, misogynistic type porn that I watched at one point in my porn career, and I literally involuntarily started getting aroused and started I felt like my body trembling, and it was just blurred out clips in a documentary, and this was about 2 years ago, and that really freaked me out. I literally had to walk outside and meditate on breathing and just calm myself down, because I literally felt like my whole body just shaking and lighting up, and I almost felt like old dormant porn pathways coming back to life kind of thing. And so that definitely could happen to anyone, I think, and that's why we got to be careful, and I encourage anyone that's ever had a porn addiction or porn-induced ED to stay away, because it's a slippery slope even if you think you can handle it. And I personally choose to avoid it completely, because I do know that those pathways can be reactivated. And when I'm exposed to porn triggers now, I feel completely fine. And I think over the years, I'm now over 5 years porn-free. So now I have built up pretty good discipline and willpower to just swipe it away and say, get that out of my face.
Is there ever the little devil voice in your mind that says, oh, you can just look up this one thing?
No way. I tell that devil voice I don't want a limp dick again. So. But
it is there? You still have
No, I don't have the devil voice. Okay. The way I view porn is completely against my pleasure. When I think of porn, I think of unhealthy, I think of against my sexual pleasure in the long run, and I think of something that will destroy my ability to experience pleasure and joy with someone that I love. And porn can never be that thing that I love. Yeah. And it can't love me back, so.
Yeah, there it is. So I think we think of ourselves as educators. What we don't want to ban porn, right?
No.
We just want to tell people about the potential risks of porn use, especially long-term porn use.
Absolutely.
And especially important is somehow educating children and adolescents about it. Because you started when you were 8. I started when I was 9. Like, it happens early.
So early.
You gotta inform these children. So, do you have a vision for how we should be doing that?
Yeah, so I'm not for any kind of banning, but I do think we're going to have to figure out some way to protect children. I don't think the technology's there for, putting filters on kids' phones and making it completely safe to where a kid can't access porn. I don't think we're ever going to be able to have that technology. So I do think the most important thing is education. And I think that can happen on 2 levels. One, parents talking with kids. And then 2, maybe someday getting a curriculum that the school system can agree on to enhance sex education and include the neuroscience behind addiction and sexual conditioning, especially during adolescence when a teenager's brain or a young child's brain is forming its arousal template and going through explosion of neuroplasticity. And that's when problems can really arise, as we know, growing up through our adolescence watching internet porn. So those are the kids that need it. Kids and teenagers need the information. So I would like to see all the information on a website like yourbrainonporn.com, maybe the book given to teenagers or something like that. Maybe a smaller version of it, a condensed version that's kind of in layman's terms or high school kid terms. And get that into part of the sex ed curriculum in high schools. I think that would be awesome. But until then, we're just going to have to raise awareness. How would you go about educating teenagers on it?
We know that sex ed is important, right? We know that in states where they have a comprehensive sex education program, kids end up having fewer unwanted pregnancies, fewer STDs. I think education about porn needs to be part of that.
Yeah.
For it to be truly comprehensive, we have to talk about porn.
Yeah.
Because for me, for the first 18 years of my life or so, masturbation and then porn was my sexuality because I wasn't getting any with other girls. And that changed my sexuality so much.
Yeah.
So I think it has to be in schools, but more so I just want it out there enough that people, like we know, smoke cigarettes, you're very much at an increased risk for disease.
We know the potential negative effects of substance drugs.
And if it's that common of knowledge that anyone would know, oh, porn, that can give you a limp dick.
So would you like to see the neuroscience included in the curriculum? Because just telling kids,
at basic levels for sure.
Because there's a lot of people that are pushing what's called porn literacy, where teach kids good porn and bad porn, or what's called feminist porn, where the women aren't, abused and it's not misogynistic. But I think that's not, going to cover the whole playing field, and that's why I feel like the neuroscience behind sexual conditioning is important, because we know of people that have developed porn-induced erectile dysfunction that didn't watch any hardcore violent porn or anything like that. They just watched amateur loving couples uploading their own videos, but they conditioned their arousal to that. So porn literacy in the end isn't the solution, in my opinion. I think we do need to educate kids of that. What they watch can change their brains regardless of the content. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, yeah. But if it's common knowledge, then parents would know. And parents, they can say to their kids, the smoking causes cancer.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that. They can say, porn makes people not able to have sex.
Right, yeah.
I think that would scare me.
It can kill your libido and your penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great answer, Gabe. Thank you. One more question. Pre-reboot Gabe versus now Gabe. How is your emotional state different now than it was before you quit porn? And how do you relate to people differently?
I think I've always been outgoing and energetic, and I've always liked having fun, and always considered myself a pretty happy dude. But I think before I rebooted, the last couple years in my porn career, my drive for life started going down, and I was really hooked on video games and porn. So, I dropped out of college. I didn't have the motivation that I had to be successful, get a good job, and further myself in real life. I was just stuck in my room with pixels. And I think giving up porn really was the changing point in my life after I went through 6 months of hell and the flat line and my little depression period. And I started to come out of that and I started to get my energy, my motivation, my zest for life back, and really, I guess, passion to further myself along the road of life. And start interacting more with real people. My, I guess, enjoyment in social situations came back. I didn't just want to stay in my room. I wanted to go out and meet people and have a good time. Obviously, I did spend a lot of time on forums, but that was purpose-driven. It wasn't just wasted time on pixels. I was trying to get educated and also help others. So having that purpose also helped me, I guess, want to connect with other people.
Right.
Not just on the forum, but when I do public speaking and do stuff like this, where I get to talk to you face to face. Like, it's awesome. And I think that's the biggest thing is, I guess, motivation and energy and the enjoyment I get in face to face situations now. Because I used to just want to just sit in my room and waste my time. So.
Yeah, who wants to do that now?
Not me.
Alright, this has been Gabe Deem. Ask him a few questions. Go over to his channel, Reboot Nation, and he'll ask me a few questions. And I hope you all have a great PMO-free day.
Yeah. Later.
My chair is lower than yours. Like, I can't have that. There.
So I'll say, hold on, let me get this straight before I fuck it up again. Today I'm here with my man Noah Church.
Alright.
He is author of Whack, Addicted to Internet Porn. That's my bad.
We gotta work out the handshake. We gotta plan the handshake. The handshake.
I did
a natural hand.
I did an awkward Okay.
I'm crying.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, okay. Alright. Author of Whack. Author of Whack, Addicted to InternetPorn.com. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'll just say, and I'm here with my man Noah Church, and then you want to take over?
Alright.
Okay.
I'm not gonna shake your hand.
Oh my God. After that, I could not think straight. Author of Whack. Okay.
Ready when you are.
Alright. What's up, everybody? My name's Gabe. Okay, I got it.